the African emperor of Rome. Septimius Severus. When most people imagine the emperors of ancient Rome, they often picture rulers who came from the city of Rome itself or from other parts of Europe. But the Roman Empire was vast and diverse. Its leaders did not always come from Italy. Some of the most powerful figures in Roman history came from distant provinces. One of the most remarkable examples is Septimius Severus. He was born in North Africa and rose to become emperor of the Roman Empire. His story shows just how interconnected the ancient Mediterranean world truly was. In this video, we will explore the life of Septimius Severus. We will look at where he came from, how he rose to power, and how artists throughout history have depicted him. The African origins of Septimius Severus. Septimius Severus was born in the year 145 in the city of Leptis Magna. This city was located in what is today Libya, along the North African coast. At the time, it was part of the Roman Empire. Leptis Magna was an important and prosperous city. It was a center of trade and culture, and had strong connections with both Africa and the wider Mediterranean world. Merchants moved goods through its ports, and travelers from many regions passed through its streets. The family of Septimius Severus was part of the local elite. They were Roman citizens and were involved in the political life of the region. His father belonged to a family of Punic origin, which connected the region to the earlier Carthaginian culture of North Africa. Growing up in this environment meant that Severus was already connected to the broader Roman world. North Africa was not isolated from Rome. It was one of the most important regions of the empire. Roman North Africa. During the Roman period, North Africa was one of the wealthiest and most productive parts of the empire. The region produced grain, olive oil, and other agricultural goods that were exported throughout the Mediterranean. Cities such as Carthage and Leptis Magna became prosperous urban centers, filled with temples, forums, baths, and theaters. Archaeological remains from Leptis Magna today show massive stone buildings, triumphal arches, and long colonnaded streets. These structures demonstrate the wealth and importance of the region during the Roman period. This environment shaped the early life of Septimius Severus. His rise in the Roman system. Like many ambitious young men of the Roman elite, Severus pursued a political career. He traveled to Rome, where he began his advancement through the Roman political system. This system included positions such as senator-governor and military commander. Because the Roman Empire relied heavily on its army, military leadership often played a major role in political advancement. Severus served as a governor in several provinces and gained experience commanding troops. Over time, he built relationships within the Roman military, which would later prove crucial. The Roman Empire during this period was unstable. Emperors often came to power through the support of the army. In the year 193, the Emperor Pertinax was assassinated. This triggered a political crisis, and several military leaders declared themselves emperor. Severus was one of them. The March on Rome. Severus commanded troops in the region of Pannonia, which is roughly in the area of modern Hungary and the Balkans. When news of the political chaos reached him, his soldiers proclaimed him emperor. Severus moved quickly. He marched his army toward Rome to seize control of the empire. When he arrived, the Roman Senate recognized his authority, and he became emperor. This moment marked the beginning of the Severan dynasty, which would rule the Roman Empire for several decades. An emperor from Africa. The rise of Septimius Severus is a powerful reminder that the Roman Empire was not limited to a single ethnic or geographic identity. Its leaders could come from many regions, including Africa. Severus maintained strong connections to his birthplace. One of the most striking examples of this is the massive building program he sponsored in Leptis Magna. Quick note before we continue. I'm building an AI called Saint AI, where you can ask questions about historical figures, biblical history, and historical identity. Right now, I'm offering 100 founding memberships for people who want to support the project early. Founders get free lifetime access and help shape the platform as it grows. Saint AI is an alternative to mainstream platforms like ChatGPT and Meta AI. Not funded by Zionist billionaires, we need 100 founders to launch, but you can also make a free account to join the waiting list. A link is in the description. Don't delay. He ordered the construction of grand monuments, including a large forum temples and a triumphal arch. The Arch of Septimius Severus still stands in Leptis Magna today. The structure is decorated with carvings that celebrate his victories and his rule. This monument demonstrates the pride he had in his African birthplace. Artistic depictions of Septimius Severus. Septimius Severus appears in several surviving works of ancient art. One of the most famous is the Severan Tondo. This is a painted portrait discovered in Egypt. The painting shows Septimius Severus together with his wife Julia Domna and their sons Caracalla and Geta. The emperor is shown with dark curly hair and a full beard. The style of the portrait reflects the artistic traditions of the Roman period, while also giving historians insight into how the imperial family was represented. Another well-known depiction appears on Roman coins issued during his reign. These coins show his profile wearing the laurel wreath of Roman emperors. Coins were one of the primary ways Roman rulers communicated their image across the empire. Because coins circulated widely, they helped spread the emperor's likeness to distant regions. Sculptures of Septimius Severus also survive. Marble busts created during his lifetime portray him with distinctive facial features, including a thick beard and tightly curled hair. These sculptures were displayed in public buildings throughout the empire, including temples, forums, and government spaces. Later artists in Europe also created historical paintings depicting Severus and the Severan dynasty. Roman military scenes in historical artwork sometimes portray him leading troops or presiding over imperial ceremonies. These artistic representations help historians visualize the authority and image of the emperor. Military campaigns. Severus was not only a political leader, he was also a military commander. During his reign, he conducted campaigns in the eastern regions of the empire against the Parthian Empire, which was Rome's main rival in the Near East. He also launched campaigns in Britain. Roman Britain at that time faced resistance from local tribes beyond the northern frontier. Severus traveled personally to Britain to oversee military operations. He strengthened defensive structures and attempted to secure Roman control of the region. His presence in Britain again shows the geographic reach of Roman leadership. An emperor born in Africa commanded armies in northern Europe while ruling an empire that stretched across 3 continents. The legacy of Septimius Severus. Septimius Severus ruled the Roman Empire for nearly 2 decades. His reign stabilized the empire after a period of political chaos. He strengthened the army, increased soldiers' pay, and reorganized aspects of imperial administration. However, his policies also increased the political influence of the military, which had long-term consequences for the empire. After his death, in the year 211, his sons Caracalla and Geta briefly ruled together, although their rivalry quickly led to conflict. Even after his death, the memory of Severus remained strong in Roman history. The monuments he built, especially those in Leptis Magna, continue to stand as evidence of his reign. Modern historians often point to Septimius Severus as one of the most important emperors of the late Roman Empire. His life illustrates the diversity of the Roman world and the role that African provinces played within it. Conclusion. The story of Septimius Severus challenges many modern assumptions about the ancient world. He was born in North Africa, yet rose to rule one of the most powerful empires in history. His career shows that the Roman Empire was not simply a European civilization. It was a vast Mediterranean system that connected Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. Through trade politics and military service, people from many regions participated in Roman society. The monument sculptures, coins, and paintings that depict Septimius Severus help preserve the memory of this remarkable emperor. They remind us that the history of the Roman Empire is also part of the history of Africa, and the life of Septimius Severus stands as one of the clearest examples of how African leaders shaped the course of Mediterranean history. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore these topics further, I'm currently building an AI platform called Saint AI. The goal is to create a place where people can ask deep questions about history, the Bible, and identity, and get thoughtful, unbiased answers. I'm currently looking for the first 100 founding supporters. Founders get free lifetime access to the platform and will be part of shaping the project from the beginning. If you'd like to become one of the founders and help us reach our 100 founder goal, you can visit saint.ai to learn more.